Hi, my name is Cameron Thompson and this is my entry in the Be the Next Bestselling Author.com competition, sponsored by the Simpleology Bestseller Blueprint. The most life-changing moment of my life happened when I found myself in prison in West Africa. I'd gone in there voluntarily with an African friend of mine who was a pastor, and he was bringing some supplies to these people. What I saw there was horrifying. It was the worst conditions I'd ever seen people living in my life. There was people wandering around who looked like skeletons due to malnutrition and disease. There was people with barely any clothes because they'd sold them to try and get some money for food. There was no proper sanitation. There was people off lying in a dark corner that looked like they were just waiting for death. And we came and we gave the supplies and we were just leaving, and one of the prisoners came up to me and he was trying to sell me something, and it was this jar that had a brightly coloured plastic covering on it, and I bought it off him. It didn't cost much, and the pastor friend of mine explains to me how these people make it, that they take plastic rubbish bags and they turn them into strands and then they weave them all together to make these coverings on these jars, and then they sell them to try and get some food just to survive and stay alive. And I was astonished, because these people were in the most hopeless situation that I'd ever seen anyone could be in, where the only thing that someone could look forward to would be death. And these people were taking what was in their hand, which happened to be rubbish, and they were making something beautiful out of it, and they were trying to survive, and they were trying to lift themselves up out of the situation. And I was absolutely inspired by this. This has changed my life, because in the future I now want to be involved in those projects where we can help people in hopeless situations, to empower them to do something to bring themselves up and to get out of those terrible situations.